Sorry, I'm smiling like an idiot. Mary Elizabeth just said I looked cute and studious. Myrrh is what we're going over next. And so in this book it talks about, it mentions a lot of the stuff it's good for. Skin, eczema, all that kind of stuff being one of the big ones. It would not be surprising that when the Bible mentions it, it would mention it in the context of skin preservation. So what I mean by that is, you look at the book of Genesis chapter 37, and you find that the masters of embalming, the Egyptians, had it imported over 3,000 years ago. Genesis 37:25, we find there's some merchants going down to Egypt, and behold, a company of Ishmaelites came from Gilead with their camels bearing spicery and balm and myrrh, going to carry it down to Egypt. They were merchants headed to Egypt with myrrh. It's very interesting. The Persians used it. You can find it in Esther chapter 2. So it would have been more in the context of maintaining youthful skin. In that context, you can read that for yourself. 2 Chronicles 16, King Asa is buried, and it said that they used myrrh in the burial. They gave myrrh to Jesus on the cross, and then obviously they gave it to him as a child. The wise men gave him myrrh as one of the gifts, and if you look at a lot of the fact that those guys even showed up means that they were students of the scriptures, and in the scriptures it says that this one who would come would die for our sins. So when they brought the myrrh, that was very symbolic of them saying, we know that you're going to die for our sins. So it wasn't just a nice gift. That was very symbolic, very touching. And then at Jesus' burial, in John chapter 19, it says, so after Jesus was taken down from the cross, it says, there came also Nicodemus and brought a mixture of myrrh and aloes, about 100-pound weight. Then they took the body of Jesus and wound it in linen clothes with the spices, as the manner of the Jews is to bury. So that right there says this was a Jewish custom to use myrrh in the burial process. So the modern usage is unchanged. Oh. When's the last time you made a mummy? The modern usage, a lot of it has to do with skin. Well, the ancient usage, same thing. They were using it to anoint bodies, to preserve them in the grave. So we see from the Bible that a lot of the usages for myrrh that are mentioned have to do with skin preservation, which is very interesting.